Welcome, fellow teachers, to this introductory video on the 6 learning spaces. In this video, I will be familiarizing you with the practical and theoretical components of the 6 learning spaces. It is important to consider these learning spaces during our renovations so we can ensure that they provide pedagogically sound environments for both students and staff, and that our layout decisions are backed by relevant and recent academic literature. The 6 learning spaces are the personal learning space, the e-learning space, the group, collaborative and cooperative space, the liminal learning space, the classroom and the school space, and the space outside the classroom. The first learning space is the personal learning space. It is created when a learner engages in self-education and inquiry. It reflects a social cognitivist view on motivation, as personal learning involves intrinsic motivation, where the learner is motivated to learn through goals, engagement, and achievement. There are 2 essential characteristics of self-directed learning: perseverance by the learner and their ability to gain access to a variety of resources. We need to consider the strengths and challenges in the context of the students in regards to the personal learning space. We also need to consider the strengths and challenges in the context of the teachers. We also need to consider many approaches, strategies, and resources in regards to personal learning. The second learning space is the e-learning space. This space is becoming more and more present in our lesson planning, learning, and teaching experiences. As our world becomes more technologically advanced, it is very much woven into the other 5 learning spaces as well. E-learning is when learners engage in their study by working online, using information communication technology. They will learn, solve problems, complete authentic tasks, research, create, use web-based functions and tools, and publish and share their products. The e-learning space can be used in 4 ways: as a tutor, used to explore, applied as a tool, and used to communicate. Common e-learning spaces which come to mind in our schools are websites, YouTube, and Kahoot. We must consider the strengths and challenges in the context of the student. E-learning also gives the teacher many strengths and challenges. We must also consider the approaches, strategies, and resources in regards to the e-space. Thirdly, we have the cooperative, collaborative, and group learning space. This learning space ties into Vygotsky's social constructivism theory of learning and development. In group work, children will work together informally. This could be through activities like Think, Pair, Share. In collaborative learning, students do something together and work towards one end goal. This might be when students work together on the same worksheet. In cooperative learning, students work together to an end goal and have individual accountability for their parts in the group's learning. This might be through group research tasks. We need to consider the strengths and challenges in the context of the student in regards to this learning space. Social learning also provides many strengths and challenges for the teacher. We need to consider approaches, strategies, and resources in regards to the cooperative, collaborative, and group learning space. The fourth learning space is the classroom and school learning space. This learning space includes all physical areas students will access when they are at school. It is a hard learning space to cater for, as every learner is different and will learn more effectively in some environments and not so well in others. It must be made for productive learning and development with the students in mind. The classroom and school learning space gives students many strengths and challenges. There are also many strengths and challenges in the context of the teacher. We must consider the approaches, strategies, and resources of this learning space. The fifth learning space is the learning space beyond the classroom. Learning spaces beyond the classroom include any space where a child is learning in an alternate context to a school or classroom. In the school context, we generally cater for incursion and excursion experiences to include learning spaces which are beyond the classroom. However, students are constantly engaging in this learning space in their home and social environments. We must remember to consider including learning experiences outside the classroom when planning for our new school design and philosophy. Educational theorists like Vygotsky advocated that social environments that students are involved in facilitate their cognitive development. It is important to give learning context and allow students the opportunity to engage in experiences and apply their knowledge to incursion and excursion experiences. There are many strengths and challenges in the context of the student. There are also many strengths and challenges for teachers too. We need to consider the approaches, strategies, and resources in regards to the learning space beyond the classroom. Finally, we have the liminal learning space. This space is a little bit more complex to comprehend, but it is the mental space of transition a learner sits in before they reach out to learn more and delve into unknown learning territories. Liminal spaces are transformative, integrative, and tricky and instigative. They cause a rift in knowledge and instigate the learner to fix it. It is the doorway or threshold to advancing learning and knowing more. The liminal learning space provides strengths and challenges for the student. There are also many strengths and challenges in the context of the teacher. Finally, we must consider the approaches, strategies, and resources in regards to the liminal learning space. So, these are the 6 learning spaces which need to be considered when redesigning our school. These spaces have both positive and negative implications for teachers and students which need to be considered, and these spaces can also be related back to many relevant theories, research, and academic education literature. If you would like to learn more on these 6 learning spaces, please look at the references at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.